Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. In this video we're going to go over some questions that pertain to the CCNA Data Center 64911 certification exam. Some of the specific topics covered by these questions include Ethernet and Ethernet 2 frames, network devices including bridges and switches, CAM tables or MAC address tables, 802.1q VLANs and trunks, and some of the different BTP modes. So let's jump right in with question 1. In an IEEE 802.3 Ethernet frame, what is the significance of the DSAP field? Is it A, does it specify the TCP or UDP port that's associated with the transport protocol? B, is this field used by the U.S. Department of Defense in order to indicate information classification levels? C, is this field only used in Ethernet 2 frames? Or D, is this field used to indicate the network layer protocol? And the answer is D, this field is used to indicate the network layer protocol. Question 2, which field in an Ethernet 2 frame performs the same function as the DSAP field in an 802.3 Ethernet frame? Is it A, the start of frame, B, ether type, C, frame check sequence, D, subnetwork access protocol, or E, logical link control? And the answer is B, ether type. This field can also be referred to as type or length. Question 3. What are two features of a bridge? A, reliable transmission. B, operate at OSI layer 2. C, operate at OSI layer 3. D, create multiple broadcast domains. E, create multiple collision domains. F, flood input packets to all ports. And or G, drop IP packets with invalid destination ports. And the answers are B and E. A bridge does operate at layer 2 of the OSI model. Additionally, it also creates multiple collision domains. What are 3 reasons that switches supersede bridges? A, smaller frame buffers decrease latency. B, because they can forward filter and flood frames. C, multiple simultaneous communications between ports. D, larger inspection engine allows for higher throughput. And or E, because switches have many ports. The answers are B, C, and E. Switches do have an ability to forward filter or flood frames. Switches can simultaneously communicate with each of their ports, and switches can have many ports, whereas a bridge typically only has 2 or 3. Question 5. What action does a switch take if the destination MAC address is unknown? Does it A, discard the frame, B, send ICMP unreachable message to the source, C, flood the packet out of all ports, or D, compare destination IP address against an ACL to determine if it is permitted? Or E, send gratuitous ARP on all ports and wait for a reply before forwarding? The answer is C. A switch will flood a packet out of all ports if the destination MAC address is unknown. Question 6. Which of the following statements describes the purpose of the MAC address forwarding table of a switch? Is it A, does the switch consult this table to determine the best route to a destination? B, does the switch consult this table to determine the output port? C, does the switch consult this table to determine if the packet is routable? Or D, does the switch consult this table in order to determine if access control permits the packet? The answer is B. The switch consults the CAM table or the MAC address table in order to determine the output port for the packet. Question 7. What are 2 attributes of a VLAN? A, defines a collision domain. B, defines a broadcast domain. C, broadcasts are flooded to all VLANs. D, collisions are flooded to all VLANs. E, a layer 3 device is required to route packets between VLANs. And or F, a layer 2 device is required to route packets between VLANs. And the answers are B and E. A VLAN does define a broadcast domain, and in order to communicate from VLAN to VLAN, you're going to need a layer 3 device to bridge that communication. Question 8. Which 4 statements indicate unique properties of VLAN 1 on a Cisco Nexus device? A, VLAN 1 is used to flood multicast traffic. B, VLAN 1 cannot be deleted. C, VLAN 1 is used for CDP. D, VLAN 1 is used for VTP advertisements. E, VLAN 1 defines a collision domain. Or F, VLAN 1 defines a broadcast domain? And the answers are B, C, D, and F. VLAN 1 cannot be deleted on a Nexus device. It is used for CDP, it's used for VTP, and VLAN 1, as any VLAN does, defines a broadcast domain. Question 9. What command displays the trunking native mode VLAN on port Ethernet 1/18? Is it the command show running config switch port E1/18? The command show running config E1/18 switch port, show interface E1/18, show interface E1/18 switch port, or show interface E1/18 native? And the answer is D, show interface E1/18 switch port. Question 10, last question. Which VTP mode disallows the creation of local VLANs? Is it A, transparent, B, tunneling, C, server, D, client, E, off, or F, native? And the answer is D, client mode. Alright, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. In this video, we went over questions pertaining to Ethernet frames, networking devices including bridges and switches, content addressable memory tables, CAM tables, or MAC address tables, 802.1q VLANs and trunks, and the VTP modes. As previously mentioned, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or any feedback at all, please just leave it as a comment. Thank you.